What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Love After Lockup Season 3, Episode 20. So, we picked this episode up, you guys. We have, let's go ahead and get Lindsay and, Scott and Lindsay on out the way. Is it Scott and Lindsay? Hold on. Sean. No, Scott and Lindsay. So, Scott and Lindsay, they're having this conversation. Lindsay is confronting her. Confronting Scott about contacting her ex-boyfriend. And basically what it boils down to is Scott just doesn't trust her. Scott knows that she's really nice looking. She's young. I think the realization of who this woman is finally hitting him. And so now he's reaching out, which he was wrong for doing, okay? But he was reaching out, and he's very paranoid because he's like, okay, why is she with me? And I think it's really starting to settle in. Like, I think she's only with me for what I can do for her or what she perceived that I could do for her. And of course she has a whole attitude about it. She has a whole, and again, he was wrong for going through her stuff. Let's be clear. He was wrong for going through her stuff. There really is no explanation for him to go through her stuff like that. And certainly reach out to the ex-boyfriend. What made you think the ex-boyfriend wasn't going to tell Lindsay? I mean, that man don't know you from a hole in the wall. He has no allegiance to you. Like, it makes no sense why you thought he wasn't going to reach out to Lindsay. But anyway, Lindsay, here's the problem, girl. One, you are using him. Let's be clear. And you almost tripped up on yourself talking about something. I was talking to another pen pal who I liked way. Yeah, you wanted to say way better, but you decided to hook up with Scott because you thought that Scott could do more for you. That's really what it boiled down to. Let's be clear, okay? And then you got a whole girlfriend that you done concocted a plan for her to move in the driveway. You got Tara Bell on deck, okay? Then you had the nerve to call Tara Bell. Tara Bell talking about some, girl, yeah, he ain't this, he ain't that. Girl, listen. As soon as Lindsay is off of probation, house arrest, whatever the hell is keeping her in that house, child, she gone. Her and Tara Bell gonna get in that camper and they're gonna be off traveling the wild blue yonder, okay? And we saw him call his friend, which this is the first time we've seen him talk to anybody of his friends or family, whatever. And basically, if you read between the lines, it sounds like the friend is telling him, bruh, like, you kind of knew what you were stepping into, but I think it's not what you thought it was or what you wanted it to be. And it might be time for you to, cut your losses. I think that's what he was saying in a nice way. And also, I think Scott, again, he made a lot of promises to Lindsay. I think I think the infatuation is just wearing off. Like, now that they are living together and this is an all day, everyday thing, that infatuation is just rubbing off. And I think whatever haze he was under, I think maybe he's not under it as much anymore, and he's seeing things for what they really is. He gonna really see it when Tara Bell move her ass in that damn trailer in his driveway, but whatever. Then we got Brittany and Sean. Listen, Brittany done got out the emergency room. She said she was in there for about 17 hours. They said that she had an enlarged intestine. They gave her IV and antibiotics and stuff, but she is not pregnant. Thank you, Jesus, because that would have just been a whole nother situation. But Scott is blowing her up, and she got the nerve to have an attitude about him blowing her up, talking about something. I don't know why does he keep calling me? Because you got his card and one of his credit cards? Like, if no other reason other than the fact, one, you his girlfriend and you just left without saying a word. Well, really his fiance. Okay, he done bought you this ring. And you left without saying a word, not hi, bye, not a note, nothing. You just rolled out in the middle of the night or while he was at work or whatever. Then you took his car and his credit card. And he talking about some, his bank is calling him with alerts, basically fraud alerts, talking about some, is this her, this is her, is this her. Now you in a catch-22. You're going to catch 22 now because you really don't want her to get arrested and forfeit that damn bond. I don't know how that works. If she gets arrested and she's back in custody, does he automatically get his bond because they know she's going to show up for court because she's in custody? Like, I'm not really sure how that works, but if that's how it works, boy, you better let the bank know that that's a fraud and let them go on and pick her ass up. Then at least you know you're going to get your money back. But she ends up going down to her sister's house. Um, and Sean calls the sister, and the sister covering for her, talking about something. Nah, I don't know where she is. I ain't talked to her. I ain't heard from her. Sean talking about something. Well, can I drive down there and maybe we can go look for her together? That should have been your clue when she was like, boy, Sean, you better get your ass in that car and roll on down the road. That's what you better do. Roll on down the road. Anyway, child. So, Quaylen and Chevelle, listen. We didn't see Quaylen. We just saw Chevelle with her family. Listen. Chevelle, please tell your mama stop wearing that gold lipstick. Now, I said it once. I let it go a couple of times. Stop wearing that gold lipstick. Anyway, um, her cousin comes over, D-Mark, the one that got mad at her for buying the car and all this other stuff. And basically, they had a little intervention, I say, just a little mini intervention with her. And basically told her, listen, let it go. It is what it is. You did for him. Basically, cousin said he had a starter kit coming out of prison. He had shoes, clothes, a car, a place to live. Basically, he had everything. It doesn't sound like he has a job now because Chevelle was like, well, the last I heard, Chevelle said, well, last I heard, he was on his way back to Texas. Well, that don't sound like he got a job. Like most people with a job, I mean, he ain't been working long enough to have no vacation time that he can just get up and leave and go wherever the hell he want to go when he want to go. But that's probably your best move, Quayla. Going down to Texas with your mama and your sisters and let them hook you up with a job. Go on work down to the barbershop, whatever. But yeah, that's probably the best decision. So then the cousin was just like, yeah, when I got out of jail, sorry about that. People next door loud. I can hear them. But then she said that um but he said when I got out of jail, like I didn't get nothing. I had to get it on my own. Like you basically gave him everything, and it ain't even been a month. Like I told him it wasn't gonna last, and it ain't even been a month. And I'm like, hell, all this didn't happen in a month. Damn. That means that whoever this chick is somebody that Quaylen had on the back burner all along. Like you didn't meet nobody, and well, maybe you did, cause hell, Michael, we're gonna get to him in a minute, child. But I feel like at the end of the day. So then basically, that's what the cousin was saying, and he told him that like he knew it wasn't gonna last, and they basically like, listen, cut your losses. It is what it is. He wasn't who he ended up not being who you thought he was gonna be, and at the end of the day, you know delete his number. And the cousin was like, I know you're not still, I know how you feel it because, I know you're not over him yet because you still got his number in your phone. So they just sat there and made the girl delete the boy number out the phone and everything. Child, they ain't done. They still playing this back and forth game. We saw how long, we see Michael and Sarah ass still playing this back and forth game. And speaking of which, let's go on and get to Michael and Sarah, child. So Sarah don't want to go visit Michael down to his hotel room, and she miraculously know his room number, and he got the nerve to act like, "Why you here?" Talking about something. Oh, I thought you was here to get you some, sir, sir, sir. Um, and she was like, "No, I'm here because we have court tomorrow, and." So I don't know why she would go talk to him, because if y'all have court the next day, there really is nothing for y'all to talk about. Like I just don't understand what that's about. Y'all go to court, let the lawyers talk about whatever the lawyers need to talk about. But basically, Michael is like, you trying to take my kids from me? She was like, I'm not trying to take your kids from you. Well, you trying to get full custody? She was like, they live with me all the time anyway. You don't live here. Like you not. He was like, well, I want 50-50 custody. She was like, hell nah. And what, you gonna take my kids down to Miami with Crazy Maria? Hell nah. I think it boils down to her not wanting, him not wanting to really pay no damn child support. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, because they about to get your ass in court, honey. They about to get your ass for 2 kids too. And here's my question. I think I said this before. Does this show count as a job? Because if Michael is still on parole, but he has no job, I'm not understanding how he gets away with that. Because I thought that was a stipulation of being on parole, that you had to have employment. I just is that or is that probation? What is it? Anyway, he don't have nothing. Whatever. So then so then we see him texting with some chick. She's sending him. Well, I don't know if it's the same chick, but we see him texting with some chick. Next thing you know, he's going out to meet her for drinks. And she talking about something. You're such a good dad. Well, where's he a good dad? I mean, because from what I can see, he don't have no money. He ain't paying her no damn child support, and he damn near ain't even around his kids. So I'm trying to see where's the good dad. But whatever. Um, and of course, he said that this is somebody he's known for a long time. And they end up going back to his hotel room, and he insinuated that it went down. I Michael disgusts me. Like, I don't think he's cute. I don't think he's funny. I don't think he's witty. I think he's disgusting. I think the way he lives his life is disgusting. I think the way he uses women is disgusting. I think the way he manipulates situations and plays victim is disgusting. And I think the fact that his mother entertains it and that he finds these other women to entertain it with him is disgusting. I don't find him amusing at all. Moving on. So then we have Lamar and Andrea. But we didn't really see Andrea a lot in this episode other than her calling and him lying to her about what he was doing and where he was going. Now, I don't know what in the world made you think or makes you think that an 8-year-old has the capacity to hold a secret. And it's not fair of you to ask her to do that. It is not fair of you to put an 8-year-old in between you and your wife's business, and especially since you can't be man enough to stand up to your wife and say, listen, this is my daughter, and she deserves to have the same time, the same love, the same respect that I'm giving to this child. She deserves the same thing. And that's not fair of you, Andrea. That's not fair of you to ask this man to not spend time with his daughter and to not have his daughter. Like, she should be over the house having dinner with y'all. She should be spending time. Y'all should be doing family stuff together. You should be welcoming this child into the relationship. You may not like the fact that he has children, but it ain't like he cheated on you. The daughter is older. The daughter is from before he even knew you existed. It's not fair. And again, I'm looking at Lamar with a side eye because I'm like, you are allowing this woman to create a wedge with your child. That is on you. And that was unfair and wrong of you to put Priscilla in that. And he took Priscilla to go meet the sister so they could do this family tree. No, good and damn well that Priscilla gonna put that girl's name down and Andrea gonna see it, and then Andrea's gonna immediately know that you done told her about this other daughter. And the other daughter is saying, listen, yeah, it's nice for me to meet Priscilla and all, but I really thought me and you were spending some time together. Like, I really haven't seen you or talked to you in 3 years. And now you call me up out the blue, and now you want me to play instant sister. Yeah, she's nice and that's great. And it's not that I didn't want to meet her. However, maybe not right now. How about let me get to know you? Let me create a relationship with my child, with my father, and then we can bring a third person into this. But whatever. So then we see Andrea taking Tennyson down to go talk to her friend who's a pastor, I guess, in the Mormon church, because Tennyson doesn't want to go on his mission trip. And that's something that all Mormon men do when they turn 18. They take 2 years and they go on their mission trip, and then they come back home and they go to college or do whatever it is they're going to do. And she's been talking about this for a while, and this is a tenet of the Mormon church. But Tennyson doesn't want to go. Tennyson doesn't want to go because he said, I don't want to leave my daughter. Now, he said something about the other daughter is gone. Where'd she go? Because he said something about, it's just me. So where'd the other daughter go? Is she at some sort of away school? I don't know. But anyway, but Tennyson was just like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable leaving y'all here. I mean, I don't feel comfortable leaving. He said, y'all argue too much in front of the door, in front of my sister, and, talking about Priscilla, and I don't want to see her. I don't want her to think that that's normal, and I feel like I need to be there to, basically to mediate. Like, I don't trust y'all together with my sister. Like, I don't want to leave her in that environment. So of course now Andrea is embarrassed, talking about, so you wait until we here to have this conversation. She was like, well, you going on a mission, because she wants him to go to Guyana because that's where her family is from, and she said that would be really nice for him to take his mission there. Which under normal circumstances, I agree, that would be a great way for him to get to know his heritage, maybe meet some other family members. I think that would be a great trip. Um, but I understand where he's coming from too, to say, listen, I don't feel comfortable leaving my little sister in this environment. And that tells me that her and Lamar are doing a whole lot of arguing, and that relationship is just, it ain't just for the cameras. That relationship is very volatile. For him to be that deep on, nah, I'm not leaving here with that. I'm not leaving here with that situation going on. Baby, he gets up and walks out and leaves her, and she goes chasing after him, because he was like, I'm not going. Like, I don't know how else you want me to say it, let you know that I'm not going. I ain't going. Baby, she chased after him, talking about some, you embarrassing me. He was like, I ain't embarrassing you. Tennyson, you are embarrassing me. You wait till we come out here. And he was like, and she's trying to pull him, and he's snatching away from her. I said, oh. Because, he 18. So, I mean, he 18, still living under her roof. But I'm just saying, baby, if he don't want to go, what you gonna do? I mean, all you can do at this point is put him out. You can't make him go. You can't make him go nowhere. You can't make him do nothing. Anyway, that's what it is. That's how it went down. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.